Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel, welcome back. Tonight we've got the final round of the Team Oliver Racing Gr3 League. We've got a 1 hour endurance live from Interlagos. It's going to be an interesting one. Don't know what the weather situation's like. It looks pretty good on screen, on track at the minute. Who knows what might happen. It's going to be a close one as well. There's 3 drivers vying for top spot, really. It's going one of 3 ways, but that all depends on positions at the end of the night here. So yeah, live from Interlagos, we've got a 1 hour endurance in qualifying, just about to get underway, or just getting underway. We've got drivers coming out of the pits. We'll have a look. But points. So Philo leading the championship into this final round. 171 points he's got on board. Gr3 just 10 points behind though with 161 points. So nipping at his heels. He's got to get that top spot and hope Philo has a bad race really. Same for Potter McPot. He's sitting in third with 159 points. So only 2 points back from Gecko. So again, right in that fight there with Philo for top spot. Again, hoping Philo gets a bad race here, but we'll see what happens. Brinky sitting in fourth. He's got 96 points. DIA3SP Mart, he's in fifth with 83 points. Ace Killer sixth with 79 points. We've got Jambu in seventh with 76 points. WPR Millerman in eighth with 56 points. Perzel in ninth with 54 points. Fat Pickles Bro in 10th with 44 points. Scotty 1230 in 11th with 38 points. Ricky J in 12th with 27 points. We've got D Ridders 88 in 13th. He's got 26 points. RA Bobby 14th with 13 points. Slow Seamus in 15th with 11 points. And Muller GT in 16th with 10 points. So that's points going into this final round. I'm hoping that my issue with the HDMIs is better. We'll see what's going on. I've not had any glitches so far, touching all sorts of things and wood and things and praying to all the different things that you can to make it not happen. So that's points up until now. Let's get ourselves into this qualifying session. Merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers. If you want any of those, hit me up with darksmoker@googlemail.com or on the Facebook page or on here if you fancy it on here. So into this lobby. Looking pretty full. And remember to turn the sound on for you guys. Otherwise I get told off in the chat. I don't want to get told off in the chat. So it is a pretty full lobby tonight. What have we got? 14 of 16, 13 players on track, 14 including myself. We've got Gr3, Philo, got Fat Pickles Bro, WPR Millerman, NGR Jambu, DIA3SP Mart, TOR Potter McPot, lobby host. Big shout out to Potter for setting this league up. It's been going for a few seasons now, and it's still pretty much the best league out there for GR3s. Brinky sitting in, oh sorry, not sitting in, but he's in the room. Ridders is in the room. Ace Killer's in the room. Perzel, Ricky J, and Scotty. So plenty of drivers on circuit tonight. So if everyone has a good race, let's turn the nonsense on. Take the mic out of my face so I can actually see what I'm looking at. That's it. No keyboard options. What's going on in Gran Turismo? Sort your stuff out. So I'm not going to know quite what final points are really, because there is the option for drivers to drop a round or two due to some of the glitching that's been going on, unfortunately for the PS4 players mostly. PS5 drivers seem to have had it glitch free, but PS4 drivers have had some kind of pause glitch, so there has been the option to drop a couple of rounds. I don't know if that's still happening, so but the top three will probably stay as they are. There is championship leader at the minute. It's his to throw away tonight, really. 10 points in the lead. Still a little bit glitchy in these lobbies, unfortunately. That's Gr3. He's sitting in second place in the championship. Pot third place, so again very tight between those three drivers. Potter just staying off the circuit as some of the other drivers come through. So yeah, it could be any of those three really, Philos, Potters or Gr3. Ace killer. Cheers mate, look at that. He's changed his livery up this week. Thank you, Dark Smoker, smash down the side. In fact, let me bam, boom, bam, pow. There it is. Ace killer. You G. Great big thank you, Dark Smoker, down the side. Love it. No worries, buddy. On the top as well. I just noticed it on the top. Chopped his livery up for the final round. Good lad. Right. That's enough of that. Let's get ourselves trackside. And let's have a look at these times. So it is currently Philo. Got himself on pole position. 1:30.0. If you're in the chat, just let me know the sound is coming through okay. Sorry, not if you're in the chat. If you're watching, I suppose you've got to be watching if you're in the chat. Gecko's nipping at his heels though, 1:30.1. Ace Killer got himself third position on the grid so far. We've got a 15-minute qualifier, then we get a 5-minute break before the 1-hour endurance. Ace Killer in third, and Potter currently fourth with a 1:30.868. DIA 3SP Mart in fifth, 1:30.940. Brinky just changing out his tyres. He's got a 1:31.045 for sixth. Millerman also coming in the pits, changing his tyres out, 1:31.268 for him. Jambu in eighth. A little bit of a penalty he's going to lose, he's got to lose, so that's this lap thrown in the bin. A 1:31.3 on board for him. Ridder's in ninth, he's got a 1:31.4. Scotty 1:31.7's also just dropping himself out of the pits with a fresh set of tyres on. Purcell in 11th, 1:32.7. Pickles in 12th, 1:33.0, and Ricky J in 13th, 1:36.3 at the minute. Philo just chucking himself in the pits as well for a fresh set of boots. Oh no, sorry, not out in the pits. He's staying out of the way of. That was Potter coming through. Tyres are done anyway for Philo, so won't be able to put a good lap in on this one. Racer doing a bit of fuel burning. Oh, is that what Gecko? Oh yeah, that's what Philo's doing. He's wasting some fuel. So is Gr3, first gear, thrashing the pants off it. Wasting as much of that fuel as possible. Busted tyres as well, so he's obviously not putting in hot laps. So Ace Killer still holding third then. Pot going in some blue sectors. enough to maybe jump Ace Killer and a couple of maybe Gecko. I don't think he's quick enough. No, he's not quick enough because he's not purple to go faster than Philo. Let's see what he's got. Oh, he's into the pits anyway. Mart just either staying out of the way for some drivers, getting himself on track after a little off. We'll see. This is time. It's an outlap anyway for Mart, so that one won't count. So possibly just taking slower corners to save those tyres before he actually hits his hot lap. Brinky then still holding that 6th on that 131.0. Millerman 7th, 131.2. Livery comp is still running, people. I didn't do it on the replay, unfortunately. I think the people who know me know why. Scotty 10th then, 131.7. Being chased at the minute by Millerman. Purcell 11th, also being chased by Potter. Fat Pickles in 12th. Ricky J now nipping at his heels as well. So yeah, it's your choice in the chat to decide whose livery is best of every week, and the overall winner does get a pair of tickets to one of the British GT races, whichever one they want, or the race of their choice. You know, the similar GT racing wherever they are abroad. If you're in Oz, I don't know what it is, probably bloody Holden's, is it? You're about to have these boys out there, you've got to. Purcell or Jambu. But it has been pretty consistent most weeks. It's been DIA 3SP Mart that has had the most shouts out, really, for liveries. Where is he? He's sitting in 4th now. Mart, he's got a 130.6 on the board. That fresh set of tyres that he'd saved on his outlap obviously did the trick. So it's still Philo in 1st, Gecko 2nd, Ace Killer 3rd. It's now Mart in 4th. Brinky's also moved up the field. Oh, again, he's pushed Mart down to 5th. Brinky's just gone quicker though. 130.6 for him, chucks himself into 4th position. Gets nudged down that spot. Potter McPot into 6th now. We were looking at Mart's livery, weren't we? Let's get that on board swizzle cam, shall we? There it is. So he does seem to have had the most shouts out every week. Livery does look pretty good. Stripes on the side, matching the colours of the splat up the middle. Looking pretty good there for Mark. Ace Killer, he could just be winning livery of the day here, really. I might delete your comments and just only leave the ones that say Ace Killers. He still wouldn't win the overall, and like I say, it does seem to have been a consistent DIA 3SP Mart that's taken the majority of votes. Here's again. On it, he's blown out that fresh set. Some decent times. Brinky's moved up the field again into 3rd, 130.2. He's found a little bit of time somewhere there, Brinks. 4th. Mart 5th, Potter 6th, Millerman in 7th, Fat Pickles 8th, Jambu is 9th, Ridders 10th, Perzel in 11th, Ricky J in 12th now, 1:33.0's his time. He's managed to get in front of Scotty, or is we just waiting for Scotty to come out of the pits? As he was 10th. Right, before I forget, let me drink my hot brown sugary stuff. At least wet them out before the 1 hour smash-a-thon. Gecko now run quicker, 1:29.6 then. Chucks himself on pole, 4/10 quicker than Philo's fastest. He's not been able to go quicker since lap 2, but he has been wasting fuel for a couple of laps. He's out on that fresh set of tyres, but it does seem to be... Oh, it's Philo who chucks himself back on pole. And Gecko comes through again to retake that off him. It's a proper battle here between these two. So Philo just chucked in a 1:29.4, and then Gecko came in right behind him and said, yeah, I'm going to have also some 4.80 for Philo, and it's a 1:29.446 for Gecko right at the end of qualifying. So it is going to be Gecko on pole, Philo second. Let's see what Potter can do. Oh, it's not quick enough, 1:31, so he is up into 3rd position though. Mark takes 4th. I think we've got one more driver out on track. Ace Killer takes 5th. Fat Pickles getting punted in 6th. Ridders 7th. Jambu 8th. Oh, he's still out on track. I don't know if this is a hot lap. Oh no, it's an out lap, so I don't think it is. Perzel in 10th. Ricky J up to 11th. Millerman 12th. That might reset when he comes out the pits. Oh, yeah, Perzel and Scotty have just come in as well, I think. So. Yeah, everyone throwing himself back in the pits to chop and change tyres, possibly before the start of the race. And a great big handbrake for Millerman. Livery also looking good, has done all season. Here we go, Ricky J, is he doing a reverse lap? Trying to avoid Fat Pickles, bro. So there is a 5-minute gap between end of qualifying, which is over now. Obviously, that's why everyone's firing themselves into each other. And then we start this 1 hour endurance. Final round tonight. Again, it's really a battle between Philo, Gecko and Potter. Philo sitting 10 points up front in 1st position in the championship. Gecko sitting in 2nd, Potter just 2 points behind him, 3rd. So they're the 3 that really have the opportunity to take the championship. It is going to take some kind of miracles really for Philo not to have a good race. Poor Ricky J. He's getting bullied in the corner. Philo now doing a backwards lap. Yeah, I can't see Philo having a bad race, to be honest. Not unless he fires himself into the wall in turn 1. Drivers do have to use all 3 compounds of tyre in the endurance races as well. They are only allowed to use 1 set of each, so they have to obviously watch them a little bit. Last week tyres were getting devastated. tricked you, Fat Pickles, he tricked you. Little practice starts from a few of the drivers. Fat Pickles still not having any of it. Not having anyone having a clean lap. Scotty going at full tilt. Just getting those practice laps in on the hard tyres. So yeah, they do have to use all three compounds. Soft, medium and hards. Only one set. They will get a little bit of punishment here. Fast corners, pushes the cars a little bit wide there for Scotty. Man in the background burning out a set of tyres. There he is, the medium's on. Fat Pickles, you're all calm now. What's going on? Still drivers doing donuts somewhere. All cars looking good. Some decent liveries been put on these cars this season. Bergart. Photography. Delivery of Perzel and Jambu, the family-owned business. Check that out. I'm sure they've got a Facebook page or a something. A website. They'll be in some kind of phone book somewhere. Just have an online presence just from the liveries alone. Potts just sitting in the pits. Philo calmly waiting around. He's got a lot of damage actually. There's all sorts of chaos. Where's the chaos? Who's causing the chaos? Here we go. It's Ridders, Brinky, Fat Pickles. He's back in it. Look, he's seen other people smashing. He's thinking, I'm not having that. I'm having them lot smashing and I can't. What can you do, eh? What can you do? Martin just tried to make a little gap. Here we go then. So, let me just jump out. Jump back in. Still don't think it'll give me trackside cameras. It has now, but I think when it goes to the 3, 2, 1, it'll chuck me back into car view. Give me it. Give me it. Give me it. Yes! Yes! And they're away then for this final round of the Team Oliver Racing GR3 League. Gecko's had to go defensive early. Potter's having a look around the outside into turn 1. Philo has been dropped into 3rd position then for now. So Gecko leads us through then. Potter 2nd, Philo 3rd. Here's Brinky side by side with Mart as they head down this long back straight. Got the advantage. Jag versus Nissan. Oh, and the brakes lighting up on the front end. Mart goes a tiny bit wide. Brinky makes the move through. Looks like DIA3SP Mart is under pressure from Ace Killer as well. He loses that position then. Down into 6th. Ace Killer into 5th. Fat Pickles in 7th. Scotty in 8th. Ridders in 9th position. In 10th, followed by teammate Perzel and Millerman tucked onto the back end of that. Where's Ricky J? Oh, a long way back. Let's get the nonsense on. Sorry, people. It does decide not to give me all the same nonsense. No damage. He's on the hard tyre, so maybe I had a little bit of an incident. 10.2 seconds back already. Now up front, Gr3 still leads, but by a whisper. Potter's right on his tail as they head down this long start-finish straight. Philo a second down. Potter then having another look at Gr3. Around the outside, Potter goes, almost loses it, does hold on to it just. Gr3 looked to come back through turn 2, still having a look back through this. Potter has held on to it. Will he hold on to it into turn 4? Oh, long break. So it is these three vying for the championship then. Needs to beat these two by a chunk, really. Gr3 Racers also 10 points back. Potter 12 points back from this man, Philo, who's hot on their tail in third now. He was second back, but still right there with them. So let's have a flick through and see what tyres people are on as well. So Potter's out on the medium stint 1. He'll want to make them work early. Needs to get away from Gr3, who's out on the hard tyre. Philo also out on the hard tyre. Potter may have played a little bit of a sneaky move here. There's kicking off in the background. DIA, sorry, I've missed Brinky. Brinky is on the hards. He's being hunted by Mart in 5th. He's also on the hard tyre. Fat Pickles 6th. Hard tyre on board for him. Jambu 7th. Hard tyre on. Under pressure from... he's been... Yes, he has overtaken. Ace Killer goes back into 7th position. Still side by side with Jambu there. They head through that turn 1. Into 7th. Jambu 8th on the hard tyre. Purcell hard tyre. Millerman's gone for the medium stint 1. Hard tyre on for Ridders. Scotty on the hards and Ricky J on the hards. So only a couple of drivers out on the mediums. Potter now stretching his legs 1.5 seconds up the road. Again, needs to break away from these two. Doesn't want to give them any kind of slipstream or tow or anything. Ellie Morley, I vote for Mart's livery. There you go, he's in again. Or is he 5th? Sorry, I'm going to give you epilepsy for a second. Still piling the pressure on Brinky. Is a real good battle here in these this mid pack. This mid to back pack. There's a couple of drivers falling back now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, a little mistake there from Jambu. Sends him sideways a little bit. Yeah, so it is Mark's livery that's got a vote already from Ellie Morley. I don't know, you've got to like Ace Killers, look. Thank you, Dark Smoker. You can't not like that. Final race of the season. Be a shout out. Still all kicking off here. Who was that? Having a side by side tussle. Purcell and Millerman for 9th and 10th. Millerman cuts him off as they go into turn 1. Holds on to that 9th position. Nearly taking the nose off of Millerman's McLaren. To bumper as they head through turn 3 down towards turn 4. Let's get ourselves back up front and see what's happening. Ricky under pressure from Mart. Mart under pressure from Ace Killer. It's a side by side battle kicking off behind as well. Fat Pickles dips a wheel on the grass. Gets a little bit sideways. There's that in the background that's just gone a bit squirrely. Millerman was drivers all over the place here then. Swapping pretty rapidly. Millerman up into 9th then. Ridders and Purcell. Having a bit of a ding dong. Oof. Purcell almost off circuit. He'll have dirty tyres. Ridders looking to come back and take that position, but Purcell holds it. Scotty fallen a little way back then on those hard tyres. 9.8 seconds. Unfortunately, got Ricky J another 4.8 seconds back. Potter 3 seconds up the road. Into lap 5 we go. racer on the hard tyre alongside Philo. Neck and neck, these two. Brinky getting a little bit sideways out of turn 2. Holding that 4th though. Mart still on his tail, 0.7 of a second back in 5th. Still got Ace Killer right there with him. Are starting to stretch out a little bit here. Jambu half a second back from Ace Killer himself. Millerman up into 8th now, making those mediums come alive as we get halfway round lap 5. Fat Pickles 9th. Maybe all that ramming in the brake didn't help his car. Purcell 10th. Ridder's still on his tail. Ooh, Fat Purcell holds on to it, but that's going to allow Ridders to close back up a little bit sideways in the McLaren. Scotty J losing a bit more time actually, and so is Ricky J. Here's Potter still breaking away, another half a second, 0.6. Gecko Racer and Philo still neck and neck. Pulled a little gap as well. He's got 1.1 seconds over Mart. Mart is under pressure himself from Ace Killer and Jambu. Let's have another sip of brown sugary stuff before it all goes cold. I didn't say warm or hot because I don't know if it is now. Yeah, it's respectably drinkable. Tight fight. They are a bit lined up now. Those side-by-side battles kicking off. Tyre wear starting to kick in as well for the medium tyre runners. We'll see if that's affecting Potter in a second. Everyone else out on the hards apart from Millerman and Potter McPot. Still pulling time from those drivers behind him. You can see the tyre wear starting to show. A little bit showing on the hard tyre drivers. Nowhere near as much as the mediums. See how long they can make a set of mediums last than these drivers. Lights coming on then, starting to go dark here at Interlagos. Again, this final round is down to these 3 drivers, Potter McPot, Gecko and Philo. Philo is currently leading the championship by 10 points. Gecko is in 2nd, and then just 2 points behind him is Potter McPot. Not close enough for anybody else to make a move for these positions. It is really Philo's to throw away. If he has a bad race, it's down to Gecko and Potter. Again, only 2 points in it. It's Potter's hands currently. Again, it all depends on what happens to Philo. Nissan was looking a little bit loose through a couple of these seasons, a couple of these races this season. Philo still neck and neck, but oh, there you go. A little bit sideways out of that final turn there for Philo as he tries to hang on to the coattails of Gecko. Brinky still just ahead of this next pack. It is 1.2 seconds. Oh, I'll say that as Martin looks to close up. He's now managed to make a bit of a break from that battle behind. Millerman as well, pushing his way through the crowd. He's now into 6th position on that medium tyre. way through this crowd. Trying to put those mediums to good use as early as possible. Ace Killer into 7th then. Middleman's overtake. Fat Pickles in 8th. Jambu 9th being chased by Purzel in 10th. Ridders in 11th. Scotty in 12th. Again, 7.8 seconds back, unfortunately. And Ricky J another 13.7 seconds back. But it is still Potter, 4.8 seconds up the road. A lot of wear showing on those mediums. He's about a third of a tank, just over. Not pitting this lap either. He's deciding he's still fast enough to put it in. 1:32 in lap 2 then. That was obviously still a bit of a punch-up with Gecko and Philo. Once he's managed to brake, he's done 1:31.7 consistently. Now almost 5 seconds in front of Gecko. Needs to still just within slipstream distance. So it does brake at about 0.8, 0.9. I'm not 100% sure what it is. Maybe a second, but closes back up now though. Philo brings it back down to just over half a second. Was thinking he'd got away with that one, but obviously not. Brinky then pulls a little bit more time over Mart behind, that gap to 1.5 seconds. This battle for 4th, another 7.5 seconds behind the top 3. Millerman chasing this little fight down as well, so it's sitting in 6th on that medium tyre. It's only 1.2 seconds down from Mart at the minute. Again, a bit of wear showing on those mediums of Millerman's. Again, he's had to make them work to get his way through the crowd. When will he decide to pit? Half a tank of fuel on board. Still plenty of laps to do. Round he goes again. Can he make any more positions up before he blows those mediums out? Ace Killer in 7th. So I think Ace Killer is possibly the only PS4 driver left in the lobby. Again, they have had the PS4 drivers have had some kind of pause glitch, which is it literally stops them on track for sort of half a second or 0.7 of a second or something like that. So 1 minute you could be chasing him down. Oh, it's Fat Pickles. He has got turn 4 wrong. Spun the rear up, and into the wall he's gone. He's picked up a great big chunk of front end damage. Now, really, he's going to have to pit. Is it damage on heavy or is it on light? If it's on light, it'll repair itself. If not, it's a trip to the pits for repairs. Will he decide to change tyres as he comes into lap 11? We'll see, but a little bit of a mistake there from Fat Pickles. We just caught the tail end, or caught the front end of it from a different driver's perspective, and then we just saw him pinned in the wall, unfortunately. So that's him. It is now repaired, so damage is on line. So car back up to 4. Oh, and he's just got it wrong again. Oh no. Fat Pickles just gets the car back up to racing speed, and off he goes again. Manages to keep it out of the wall this time. I'm glad I kept the camera on him. I'm sorry, Fat Pickles. It's just the way it is. He's got to try and get it back on track. He's going to have dirty tyres as well now. Hopefully he doesn't spin it up through this little kink onto the start-finish straight. So luckily, damage on light. He hasn't got to take a trip to the pits. It does repair itself automatically. What a shame. Now in 12th position with that mistake. Ricky J fallen back as well, 13.3 seconds, maybe another little mistake there. Now, Potter, 5.5 seconds. A lot of wear showing on those mediums. He's got just under half a tank of fuel. Interesting to see when he pits. I would expect him to... He's not coming in this lap, at least. He's just in the last couple of laps dropped into the 132s. There's another one there. So maybe at the end of this lap. I would expect Potter to come out on the hards for stint 2 if he's dropped the mediums on for stint 1. Again, the two drivers behind, Gr3 and Philo, which has now broken apart, 1.8 seconds. While we're watching Fat Pickles get it a little bit wrong, these two have now broken apart, gap to 1.8 seconds. Now, if Philo comes third, does he still win the championship? I need digital things with screens that make phone calls. Let's try and have a look here then. Let's see if I can get my brain to do math. For you Americans. Falling back a little bit more actually, Philo, 2 seconds back to Gr3. Dips a wheel on the grass there as well. He's going to lose a little bit more time. Potter stays out. He's going to blow those mediums completely before he comes in. Be able to empty that tank with it, but he's definitely going to take those tyres to the limit. The hard tyre drivers starting to show a lot of wear as well, so the mistakes will be setting in for these guys. Nearly 19 minutes into this 1 hour endurance. Brinky's still holding on to that fourth. Mart has now closed that gap back up as well. 0.8 of a second, starting to fall back into the slipstream range then, Mark. Try and keep an eye on that, see if he's able to take advantage of that slipstream. Millerman in 6th, not managed to close the gap, 2 seconds back still. Ace Killer, just 2 seconds back from him, sitting in 7th. As again, I've not seen Ace Killer glitch. Whether that's been rectified, I don't know. Looking good here with the brakes lighting up at the front end when they hit the corners. Jambo sitting in 8th, 3.4 seconds back from Ace Killer. Persil 9th, still being chased by Ridders. Again, a lot of wear shown on the hard tyre drivers as well. Scotty 11th, Fat Pickles in 12th after that mistake. Potter McPot does come in the pits this lap then. Mickey J in 13th, so let's see. Sorry. I even pressed the button. Oh, come back. Oh, there he is. I even pressed the button like it's GT Sport to try and flick to that particular driver. Look, the front right absolutely blown out for Potter. I predict he's going to come out on the hard tyre for stint 2. He's losing a lot of time to those drivers in front, but again, they've not yet stopped, and he does come out on the hard tyre. Almost a full tank as well. Drivers coming through turn 3. He's going to come out side by side with them. There goes Persil. There is Ridders as well. So Potter out the pits into 10th position. Scoops straight past Ridders though. 1 position done. Now on the slower tyre, obviously, for Potter. Now, sorry, I'm going to go back to the front runners because it's the front runners and epilepsy. So it is now Gr3 leading. Hard tyres still got a couple of laps left in them. We'll see if he decides to come in anyway. No, stays out. Philo also staying out on the hards. Now 3 seconds back, Philo. Plenty of fuel left on board for both of these drivers. See how long they can push these hard tyres for. Gr3 then into third with Potter's departure into the pits. Mark fourth. Still hanging on in there, just 0.9 of a second back. Losing a bit of time through that first sector. Ace Killer then fifth, 4.3 seconds back from Mart. Jambu another 3.6 back from Ace Killer. Purcell 12 seconds back. Ridder's still on his tail. Potter and Pop then chasing the pair of them down. The inside of Ridder's into turn 4. Does he get the braking done? He does, keeps it on track. Hard tyres. Still got plenty of life, plenty of grip. Again, the drivers in front not stopped, so their tyres will be shot pretty much at this point. Now up the inside of Purcell goes Potter. And Ridder's thought about having a look as well as the door was wide open, but Purcell saw that coming, shut it off. Potter then up into 7th. Bit of a chase then to try and catch up. How far back is he? 33 seconds back from Gecko now, who's leading. Ace Killer having a little bit of a lonely race. Oh, Brinky's not having a lonely race, not anymore. Martin had closed up anyway. That little mistake. If Mark can keep the pressure on him. Again, everybody's suffering with that tyre wear now. He goes defensive a little bit, just lets Martin know he's there. On board with Martin as he hunts down Bricky. It was looking promising. A little mistake there from Bricky into turn 1. He got it sideways on the way out. Martin exploring those track limits, taking as wide a line as he can into these turns, carry as much speed as possible. Still just half a second back. Jaguar versus Nissan. A little bit deep there for Brinky, goes sideways again on the exit. Mark then with the clean exit, sticks one up the inside as they go through. That little kink onto the start-finish straight. So Mark then into the pits, decides to get rid of those hards. While holding L2, change the player of choice with D-pad, then release L2. L2. Yeah, there's L2, which brings up that. And then, no. No, it's like, it's the worst. For some reason, it doesn't want to play. No, it's not R2 either, just done that. That's what I mean, Chris B. That's what it used to do that on the PS4 on GT Sport, but it doesn't do it on PS5 on GT7. Damn it! So Gecko Racer pulling a great big chunk of time over second place Philo, 5.7 seconds. His tyres are absolutely shot. Still some little white sections on Gecko's. He's probably going to have another lap. Is he going to sneak his way in? Is he coming in this lap? He is coming in this lap. So 6.6 seconds is the lead as he enters the pits. Philo stays out even though his tyres are blown up. Throws himself into the lead of this race. It is now still Gecko in second. Currently, Brinky then goes through. He's still out. Tyres blown up as well on his Nissan. Gecko Racer, tyres on, taking on board fuel. Ace Killer also in the pits. Jambu in the pits. Scotty coming through. Let's see where he ends up. Again, not stopped yet. He's going to be in at the end of this lap. He's got no fuel left in that car. His hard's still looking pretty good though, to be honest. Again, same for Fat Pickles. Plenty of life left in those hards. Mart back out on the medium tyres, 7th position. Ace Killer just coming out now on the mediums as well. Millerman, he's just been in, stuck a set of hard tyres on. He's sitting in 9th. Again, you won't quite know where everyone is until they come out of the pits, until everyone's been in the pits and rejoins the circuit. 3-second penalty for Jambu. Where have you picked that up? You've crossed the pit line or something. Yeah, don't know, mate. I don't know. Was that on PS5, Chris? Was on GT7? Was it the same as this? Yeah, like I say, I don't. It brings that up, just like you would expect to on PS4, GT Sport, but then it doesn't. It gives you epilepsy instead. Top drivers in the pits now. Then, all right, let's have a look. Here comes first stint race leader Potomac Potts on that hard tyre. Retakes that race lead. Then let's see what the gap is when these other drivers come out of the pits. So they have now used their hard tyres. Potter is on the hards for stint 2. He's got to try and make a great big gap really to fend off these drivers. That's probably going to put everyone on softs for the final stint. Gecko then, medium tyres, 6.1 seconds back. Mart into 3rd position, 11.4 seconds back. Into 3rd, no less. Philo then loses a position as he comes out of the pits. He's on a fresh set of medium tyres, 4 seconds behind Mart. Ace Killer again, fresh set of mediums. 4.7 seconds back himself from Philo. There is Millerman not too far back either. He's out on the hard tyre for stint 2, took the mediums for stint 1. Let's see whether he can hold on to that hard work. Oof, gets a little bit squirrely out of that corner, manages to hold on to it though. Again, on that, he did well on the mediums in stint 1, had to have a bit of a battle to get those through the... Oof. Blinky also going sideways again. Yeah, had a bit of a fight to get through the pack, did Millerman on the mediums. Now on the hards, hopefully doesn't waste all that hard work and just fall back through the pack. He's under pressure from Brinky, who's now out on the mediums. Pretty close as well, might go for a bit of a move here down the start-finish straight, could be on into turn 1. Half a second back. Not quite close enough, I don't think, as they come up the hill to cross the line. Millerman holds it. Keep an eye on this fight as they head down towards turn 4, though. Well, we don't need to. Millerman's binned it through turn 1. A little bit of rear end damage again, damage on lights, so it will repair itself, but is it commentator's curse? Is it? Don't do that. Just saying, as he, like, you know, don't want to waste those mediums. And sorry, Millerman, if it was me, felt a disturbance in the force or something when that happened, then I apologise. I feel really bad now. I've got to switch to a different driver. Fat Pickles under pressure from Scotty. Purcell not too far back either. All three of these drivers on the medium tyres for stint 2. Ricky J as well on the medium tyre. Oh, long way back though, 2 minutes from race leader, 1 minute from anybody else on circuit. Struggling here then, Ricky J, I think. Again, might do better now he's on the fresh set of mediums. Gives him a little bit more grip. He did have the hards on for stint 1. And now Potter, that lead he had in the first stint is falling away. 3.2 seconds between himself and Gecko. What he's hoping for, oof, that is pretty close actually. Gecko is hunting down that second position. Mart's still holding that third position. Philo's made up about half a second on him. Closing it up as well. Came in a lap or two earlier as well, did Mart. So we'll see whether Philo can close up, maybe make the move back and take that third. Ace Killer still 5th. Oh, he's managed to get in front of Brinky. So did Brinky take on board a little bit too much fuel in that first stop? Yes. That might benefit him in the second stop though. Work out for it. We'll see. Jambu then 7th. Ridders a little far back from him now. 5.4 seconds in 8th. Millerman. I'm not saying anything. Looking good, Millerman. That's what Millerman's getting. Fat Pickles in 10th. Scotty just a second back now, under pressure from Purcell. Drivers on that medium tyre. Purcell did come in a little bit earlier than these two, so showing a bit more wear than as he gets it sideways. And now off the back end of Scotty, 2 seconds. Again, that little bit of wear must just be catching him out against these drivers on that fresher set. And then Ricky J now being harassed by race leaders and mid-pack drivers. Now it's on. There is Gecko all over the back end of Potter. Let's get ourselves onto a little bit of Gecko, fresh mediums, chasing down Potter's semi-worn hard tyres. Pace Potter versus that medium tyre of Gecko's. Gets the gap up 2.9 of a second again as they hit this start-finish straight. So even on a semi-worn set of hard tyres, the NSX got good acceleration here against the Lamborghini. Again, Gecko chase car gets a little bit sideways on the hunt for Potter. To go through these corners a tiny bit quicker and accelerate out earlier with that medium tyre. And what Potter's hoping for is that he blows those up before he's able to make the move, but he has closed up as they hit turn 4 and now towards turn 5. Gecko just 0.2 of a second back. Now tricky section. Potter's just really got to hold the inside line. Oh, he's got to be careful, doesn't throw himself off circuit while he does it. We're having a look around the outside then. Gecko has kept his nose in. He's not been able to get the power down. Potter keeps on it. Holds on to that first again, but Gecko now in a strong position as they hit this start-finish straight again. Potter gets a little bit tail happy out of there. Gecko just 0.2 of a second back again as they come down this start-finish straight. Potter's going to hook this inside line. Oh, that's what he does when it goes across that flag. Gecko's looking to run around the outside in turn 1 though. Can Potter keep power down? Hold it through turn 3, down towards turn 4. He has done. side by side as they head down this straight. Potter's got the inside line. Gecko with that softer tyre though. Sticks one up the inside, but Potter's aware of that as they come up towards turn 5. He's now got the inside line through this corner. Gecko keeps it side by side through there as well. Runs a little bit wide. He's got the power on the exit, but Potter's still got the inside line. Oh, but now Gecko has the inside line. It took him a few corners, but he has managed to get that move done on Potter. He's had to press those tyres though, I can imagine. Don't get me wrong, Potter's been hurting those hards, but he's now got to try and hang on to Gecko. There will be a little bit of a gap develop with that softer tyre. Let's just get ourselves on with Gecko. So his medium's showing a little bit of wear. Plenty of life left in them. He's got about a third of a tank on board. Potter, about a quarter of a tank on board. Interesting. So it could be between at the minute, or I say that as Philo has managed to get his way past Mart. Slightly fresher tyres doing the job. Mart's hanging on in there though, just 0.7 of a second back in 4th at the minute. Ace Killer falling back again a tiny bit, 9.8 seconds down. Dane, evening, Ridders, let's go and have a look. Where is he sitting in 8th? Sitting in 8th, 8.7 seconds back from Jambu, 7 seconds in front of Millerman. Ridders under a bit of pressure from Ricky J though. Mirror full of that pink car. Millerman, oh, he loses a position. Fat Pickles gets up the inside of him. So Fat Pickles on that medium tyre. Millerman on the hard tyre. Through he goes then, Fat Pickles. Millerman 10th. Scotty 11th. Hunting down at that little battle in front. Just 1.3 seconds back, Scotty. Purcell 12th. A lot of wear on his mediums. Ricky J. Oof, looking good, Ricky J on the mediums. Plenty of fuel on those as well, left in the tank. Gecko starts to pull a gap then. 2.8 seconds already over Potter. Will all come down to that soft tyre finish. It's now falling into Gecko's hands. Philo's still in with the run-in. What was I looking at? I was looking at points to see who could take it. So, I'm just going to break my brain. Philo's got to come 4th really for Gecko or Potter to have a chance. And then it's literally a toss-up between Potter and Gecko, who crosses the line first. So Philo's just got to stay where he is. Just got to stay where he is. And everything will be hunky-dory for the win here in the Team Oliver Racing GR3 League. This is the final race tonight. It has been a real good season. We've unfortunately had to suffer with slightly glitchy lobbies still, but you can hear from the scritchy tyres going around the corner when we're on board with Philo. Scritch, 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 scritch. Still just a little bit jinky, and again we've had the PS4 players suffering with that glitch, but Potter. Overall, it's been a good season. Unfortunately, we've not been able to run the sprint and feature race event like we used to in previous leagues, due to the fact that every time you reset the lobby, it resets everyone's tune, and that would take like a million years to put all those figures and facts and stuff back in and stuff. So, no, we've gone for the enduro races this season. Hopefully, PlayStation, get it sorted out. But yeah, another great season from the Team Oliver Racing GR3 League. Some real clean, real fast, real close racing. All a little bit spread out in this final though. Gecko 6.7 seconds up the road from Potter. A couple of laps left of fuel. Tyres still got a bit of life in. Mediums also starting to look a bit worse for wear. Tiny bit more fuel than Potter, but we'll see who makes the jump first. Philo then just 3.5 seconds. Was 7 seconds down from Potter. Closing up. Again, these top three are in the positions to take the win. All three will be on that hard tyre. Sorry, on the soft tyre for the final stint. DI8 3SP Mart as well, still not too far back, only 4.4 seconds out of the running for the championship, but still good position at the minute. A lot of wear on his mediums though. A couple of laps left of fuel on board for himself. Unfortunately, Ace Killer is still getting that glitch then. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We just saw it there. He just sort of pauses on track and boom, he ends up somewhere completely different. Carries on racing. He is still 5th at the minute. He has got Brinky closing up on him. 2.4 seconds down at the minute, Brinky. Hopefully that glitch doesn't affect him too much. And again, you see it, all drivers, yourselves, they all get to see it as well, so it can be very off-putting. Obviously very off-putting for the guy behind the wheel. Purcell then 7th. Oh, stop it. A little bit squirrely then. Jambu sitting in 7th, Ridder's 8th. Let's go for the orange livery again this week. Pickles in 9th position. Not far back from Ridders actually, only 1.5 seconds. Still plenty of life left in the tyres on that Mercedes as well. Scotty, Scotty holds on to it in 10th. Pushing those mediums though. Millerman in 11th. Ricky J. Jay. Oh, there you go, Ricky. Went a bit wide through there. Purcell in 12th. A lot of wear on his mediums. He's into the pits now anyway, so we are into the last 15 minutes. He's got the shiny golden, look at that. Oh, the bling. So we are into the last 15 minutes of the race. We'll start to see drivers coming in, putting on that soft tyre and pressing it then till the end. Gecko with a great big advantage at the minute, 9.5 seconds. He stays out for another lap. Oh, have I missed Potter coming in the pits? I think I have. Yes, I have. Potter's already been in the pits, unless he's stuck it in the wall. Let me just go and have a look at his tyres. He has stuck it in the pits, not the wall. So, fresh set of softs on for Potter. 14 and a half minutes left to go. What was the gap between himself and Gecko? 6 seconds. Needs to make those softs work early. Mart's also in the pits. He's got the softs left to play with. So currently in 3rd, while Potter's still coming around this track. Philo 2nd, so he's now 9.1 seconds behind Gecko. Absolutely running this car dry then, Gecko. He's almost out of fuel. Philo's still got plenty of fuel on board for a couple more laps if he wanted. Which livery? Which livery, Dane? You can't just say which livery. You can't just say stunning livery and then not tell me which one. and go and look at it. Oh, Fat Pickles having a bit of a punch up. Oh, Mart's just come out of the pits on that soft tyre. He is under pressure from Fat Pickles. He is on a worn set of mediums. Hot on Mart's tail. No mistakes needed. He needs to make those softs work as well. I don't think he's got enough to close up on those top three. Gecko, race leader, hits the pits. That allows Philo into the front. We're looking at the liveries just because Dane wants to be vague. Are we talking about Ridders? Are you talking about Ridders? I think you might be talking about Ridders, mightn't you? Talking about that one. Just going through them all now, Dane. It's your fault. Here we go. That's it. Dane's fault. Blame anyone, blame Dane. Jay goes a bit deep into turn one, so race leader now Philo. He has yet to take a stop. He's 27 seconds in front at the minute. Almost out of fuel, almost out of tyres. He is coming up to this pit entrance. I assume he's going to come in. No, he's stopping out again on those hards. He's putting in 131s. It's a 132. Still good times on worn out mediums. Gecko Racer on the softs though is closing the gap. Pit length is about 30 seconds. Bringing that time down. Pot now just 4.5 seconds behind Gecko. Can he start putting the pressure on? 11 minutes left. It's going to be a hard push. Mark then sitting in fourth. He's got 11.5 seconds in front to that top three. On to the back end of Potter for the time being at least. So a long shot for him to try and make podium here tonight. It could be possible with a mistake from one of those top three. Brinky 8 seconds back in fifth. He's got Ace Killer closing back on him, just 2.9 seconds back. Unfortunately, I think again he's still suffering with that little glitch of pause glitch that the PS4 drivers get. Still doing all right, those 6 at the minute. Jambu 7th. So everybody out on the softs for the final stint, except Philo, who's decided not to. Oh, Fat Pickles, where are you going? Deep into turn one. Ridders being closed up by Scotty here, just 1.2 seconds back. Millerman not too far back from that fight either, just 2 seconds himself. Again, everybody on that soft tyre for the final stint. Everybody can push, plenty of fuel on board, I assume, for everyone. So Gecko now in the talking about Philo now in the pits. And it is Gecko that retakes the race lead. Pot also through into second. Philo's just got to stay in third position. Where's Mart? A little bit too far back, I think. Needs to push here though. It's going to be a little bit too far back to make any kind of move just yet. Again, Philo on that fresher tyre. Be able to just keep that gap between himself and Mark till the end of the race. We've only got 9 minutes left. Key holding that 5th position. Ace Killer still just over 3 seconds back. lonely final stint at the minute. It's 9 seconds. Ooh, goes wide. Manages to drift that through there, that McLaren. Thank you, Jambu. Sitting 7th comfortably. He's got now 11.2 seconds to ace kill. Oh! I'm not doing commentating anymore. Sorry, Jambu. It was looking good. Now Ace Killer's taking a position. Ace Killer up into 6th then. Jambu 7th. Fat Pickles in 8th. Ridder's 9th. Scotty right on his tail now though in 10th. Millerman, he's fallen a little further back. 2.3 seconds off this battle for 9th and 10th. Just 5 seconds back himself. Unfortunately, Ricky J a long way back. 2 minutes 45 from race leader Gecko. There he is, still pulling time over Potter then. 6.4 seconds. Holding on to that lead. Plenty of life left in those tyres. Potter's tyres looking a bit smashed up already. Got 7 minutes left to race. Philo's a long way back at the minute, 8.3 seconds. He did stop late though. Maybe taken on too much fuel, Philo. Well, there's Mark, still only 3.5 seconds back himself. He will be pressing. You'll be able to see the tail lights of Philo's Nissan. Target to chase cleanly through there, even with the worn softs for Mart. Still not closing the gap up though. But it is looking like Mart's going to win the livery comp for this season. Again, he's had the most shouts over the whole season of races. Had other drivers. Scotty's taken a couple of votes. Ridders, he's taken a couple of votes. I think Gecko's had a vote as well, but yeah, mostly Martin every week. There he is, sitting in 4th. Comfortably at the minute. He's still losing a bit of time to Philo in 3rd position, but he's under no threat at the minute from Brinky. 9.2 seconds back. Brinky's got his own worries really. Ace Killer's starting to get bigger in his mirrors. 1.8 seconds that gap to. Can Ace Killer make up another position here then? Bit glitchy these lobbies. Just do want to keep my eye on these guys at the front though. Last 5 minutes of the season then. Gecko leading by 6.6 seconds. Potomac Pot 2nd place at the minute. Philo has closed that gap down on it. Is that gap getting bigger or smaller? Getting smaller. 6.2. A lot of wear on Potter's tyres. He did pit earlier than everyone else. There is Philo. If it stays like this, he will win the championship. So he's just got to keep it on the black stuff. Mart is now 6 seconds behind. So without a mistake from Philo, it's might have to settle for 4th tonight. Brinky still being hunted by Ace Killer. Makes up a couple of tenths on him though. The gap stretches back up to 2 seconds, not 2 minutes. Fat Pickles having a little bit of punch up here as well as they come into these last couple of laps. 3.5 minutes left in the on the race clock. 9th, Millerman 10th, Ridders in 11th. Hopefully we see everyone back next season as well. Again, big shout out to Potter McPot for setting it all up and getting the Team Oliver Racing, well, the race team behind us and allowing us to use their name, etc. Thank you to all drivers for turning up as well and racing every week. I know some weeks there's been more than others. Oh, Purcell, stop it. I didn't even say anything then. But yeah, thanks to all drivers, everyone who's helped with the scores and the posters and the setting up and the testing. And it's always been one of the better leagues to commentate over, just for the pure clean racing. There has been incidents, obviously. It's bound to be. It's racing. Last couple of minutes then. Gecko looking comfortable for the win. Fortunately, that's only going to keep him second position in the championship. Someone's going to come in the chat right at the end and go, "You idiot, you got it all wrong." I don't think I have. I know my brain's a bit mushy, but I don't think it's that mushy. I can do a little bit of maths stuff. 2 minutes left then. Gecko leads, Potter second. The gap between himself and Philo has dropped to 3 seconds though. Everybody suffering with a little bit of tyre wear. Potter more than most. Time is coming down pretty quickly. 2.7 seconds already. Bit of traffic to work the way through as well for both drivers. Another 3/10 out of that time for Philo. Potter must be feeling the pressure a little bit, knowing he's got those blown out tyres, knowing he's got another lap to do. Philo closing up rapidly, corner by corner, below 2 seconds now, that gap. The worn out softs on Potter's NSX Honda are causing him possibly to lose this second position here. Are they going to get to the line? Got 50 seconds. Yeah, they're going to hit. Yeah, they're going to hit it. Going to see another lap. Ooh, Potter dips a wheel on the grass. Philo now 0.8 of a second. Are we going to see a late position change here? Potter half a second gap now in front of Philo. He's going to have to take all sorts of defensive lines if he wants to hold on to this second. Oof, oh, the tail of that NSX though. Philo able to use the grippier tyres, and that little mistake from Potter to sweep around the outside at turn 3 and into second position. Can Potter sling one up the inside at any of these corners to get that back? I don't think so. Looking at the state of his tyres, look, they're pretty much all red now. That front left got a little tiny bit of life-saving grip that might just be helping Potter stay on the planet. We are into final lap then. Gecko Racer around these last couple of corners. 7.6 seconds gap. Played his strategy well. The Lamborghini's done pretty good on fuel this season. I'm not sure whether he's had any kind of strategy behind that, but seems to have done well on fuel versus some of the other cars. About as good on tyre wear. I suppose a lot of it's by how you drive it. Gecko then onto this start-finish straight for the final time this season. And he is going to take the win here. He's going to take second in the championship as well as Gecko, but well done, Gecko. It is going to be Philo that takes second then. Those tyres of Potter McPotts just weren't enough. He has managed to keep him on planet Earth, but by the absolute skin of his teeth. DI8 3SP Mart should take 4th position as he comes up to the line. There he goes. His Soft tyres also screaming out in agony. Brinky, well, I think most drivers actually, the softs. Brinky out of fuel. Ace Killer out of fuel. Oh, if Ace Killer had more fuel. Look at this race. Oh, Ace Killer's a fair way back actually. 1.2 seconds. Probably more. But both drivers out of fuel. Fat Pickles. Why is it not showing me people have finished? Is that it? Yeah, everyone crossed the line. Not set my screen up right then. I can't see the flags at the side. So it is Gecko Racer that takes the win here tonight. It is Philo that takes second, but he does take the championship as well. If I've got my calculations right, my brain is not quite mushed up yet. We'll be in about 25 minutes. DIA3SP Mark comes home 4th tonight. Brinky takes 5th. Ace Killer takes 6th. Fat Pickles takes 7th. Jambu takes 8th. Millerman comes home in 9th. Scotty 10th. Ridders in 11th. Purcell 12th. And Ricky J 13th. There we go. Final race of the season done and dusted. That's it. No idea when the new leagues is going to start. Mr. Miller. Cheers, buddy. Great champs once again. Thanks, everyone. Yeah. Again, thanks to all drivers and admins and poster makers and score adder uppers. If the adder uppers could get in the chat and just make sure I've got my calculations right, that'd be grateful kind of thing. Yeah, big shout out to all the drivers, you know, because obviously without you boys, we don't have a race at all. So yeah, big shout out to you lot. Hope we all see you again next season. Bring your mates, because you know it's a good one. So that is it. Again, I think I've got my calculations right with the maths. So I believe it is Philo that takes the championship. Gecko 2nd, Potter 3rd. Ah, there you go. Yeah, so it is confirmed in the chat. What? Have I got that right? Have I got that right? Let me just what? Oh, come on. Let me look at it. Oh, you stop it. Oh, is it Gecko Racer that takes the win? Oh, is it? Oh, because he got pole as well. Did he get pole and fastest lap? Ah, so I did get my calculations wrong. I forgot about pole and fastest lap. Smoshathon. Oh. By what? A point? Amazing. I don't even know. No worries, Mr. Potter. No worries at all. So I don't know. I don't even know who's won anymore, because everyone's saying congratulations, Philo. Congratulations, Gecko. But I don't know if it's for the race or the championship. So, and maybe my math is wrong. But yeah, I did forget about fastest lap and pole position. So yeah, that could throw it all up. Thanks for organising. No problem, Mr. Gecko. No problem at all. Yes, another good season done and dusted. No problem, Purcell. Oh, so it is Philo. It is Philo that's won then. Ace Killer's just said well done, blah. Philo, so yeah. And Philo didn't win tonight, did he? So there you go. But it is Philo then, takes the championship. Gecko 2nd, Potter 3rd. I'm not working out the rest because my brain will smash. Could be Brinky or Mart. I think Ace Killer's going to hold 6th position. And then we'll see. We'll see. Once I get final results, I'll stick them up on the on my Facebook page. No problem, Gecko. No problem. Thank you everyone for being in the chat. Thank you everyone for watching the races. If you've stopped by every week and kept up with it, much appreciated. And I'm sure everyone else who races and everything else appreciates exactly the same. So yeah, that's about it from me. I am back in February with the start of the P1 The P1 leagues on Thursdays and Sundays. They will both be 9 o'clock starts. I can imagine. I'll get some more details up when I get them. And then I don't know when these races will start back up. We've got the minis that's now finished. Obviously, they're looking at setting up a new league, but I don't know when. Will that be on PS4, PS5? That again, I don't know. And the same for this one. I don't know when this one's going to start back up again. So whew, your guess is as good as mine. Hopefully we get some better lobbies and we can chop and change between the Enduros and the sprint features and things like that. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the next season. But that's it for this one. Done and dusted. Well done, Philo. Well done, Gecko. Well done, Potter. It was a real good race between you three. Pretty close at the end as well over... thanks, Ace Killer, telling me well done. I don't know why. I must have won something. Yeah, it's been real good racing over the season. A lot of the drivers, you know, there's some new drivers and returning drivers, and it can be a bit of a punch-up, you know. But, yeah, overall, I'm going to say top driving, top racing, etc., etc. And that's pretty much going to be it from me. Like I say, back in February for the P1 stuff. And as soon as I know when the minis... And, oh yeah, I should say GTTCC. Oh, GTTCC. Oh. If you don't know, get to know. GTTCC. That is... I think, you know, personally, I think it's the best GR4 league going. It's massive. At one point, I'm not sure if it still is, it was the biggest unofficial Gran Turismo league outside of Gran Turismo. There was 6 or 7, maybe 8 lobbies. Full of drivers, everyone doing liveries. So there was different divisions. It was massive, you know. There were the videos. You've obviously seen the video if you've been watching the page. The video's been up. It's been on the MRC page as well. Just that video that CJ did. Oh, that's exactly how the racing is. Just on fire. It's great. Absolute punch up in that stuff for GR4s. Proper racing. So yeah, find out about the GTTCC. That will be coming up as soon as I know. I'll let you know. And again, other than that, I'm back in February. So I hope you like what you watched. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe. You know what's coming up. Tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here. See you later, people.